Welcome back to the Pitch Pod, everyone. I'm Jeff, and with me, as always, my trusty co-host Joe Janner. Joe, how you doing today?
Jeff, I'm doing well. I'm happy to be here. It's always on the pitch pod. How about yourself?
Doing all right, hanging in there. Doing okay. Thank you, Joe. A lot going on in the football world, right? Champions League, my favorite. It might even be Joe's favorite. I don't know, but this upcoming Champions League match that we're looking at, oh my gosh, Joe, do we have a good one? Napoli versus Barcelona. I mean, I don't know if it gets better than this. I mean, before we did the podcast, I actually looked at the predictions, and as of now, as of today, it's 36% likelihood for Napoli to win. Barcelona, 37% likelihood to win.
Wow, it doesn't get much more level. That's really close. I don't know if we've been a while since we covered a match that, I mean, it's a pick 'em, right? In the sense that it could go either way for sure. I mean, just based on those numbers. I think that's what probably lends itself to being pretty exciting. I know you picked this match, you're looking forward to it, Champions League, of course. But then to get and look into these probabilities of one or the other, go either way.
Yeah. I don't know if we've covered one that's this close, and definitely not a Champions League match that's predicted to be this close. And it's, of course, it's in Italy. It's leg one. And just so all our viewers know, yes, it is in Napoli, Italy.
Jeff, I mean, when you look at a lineup or you look at the matchup and the probability, I mean, do those lend itself to being a game you think is going to be highly scored, or then do you go, wow, each team's going to be that much suited to hope to get one or two? How do you see it when you look at these numbers? Is it going to be high scoring, low scoring?
Well, I think it's tricky because I think Napoli and Serie A, they'll have games where their defense just shuts down their opponents. And then the next week they'll have games where they have 3 goals scored on them. And then it's kind of a pattern. So it depends. Is Napoli, are they going to show up and be defensively ready? Because if they are, and hopefully they would be, then they can shut out some of the best or limit them to one, right? And we've seen that as of late. And then on the other side, Joe, I'm surprised you didn't call this one out. You know I'm a huge Lewandowski guy, right?
That's true. That is true, right?
For you to point that out. But, they're offensively heavy, and they have this new kid that is just breaking out as a star, Yamal, 16 years old. I mean, I think it's impressive what Bellingham's doing at 20, but to do what Yamal is doing at 16 years old, and the combination of him and Lewandowski, we know Lewandowski not only can score, but can be a facilitator as well, a playmaker. So it's exciting. And I think this will be a great match between the offensive heavy Barcelona versus the defensively capable Napoli. Some things, some questions, and Joe, I know neither of us kind of know for sure, but one thing that Napoli does is they'll come out in different lineups and different formations depending on their opponent. And really, I've seen them come out in some really non-traditional ones. Again, it seems like it works for them to mix it up. Sometimes they'll have 3 in the back. Sometimes they'll have 5 in their midfield. And so they'll just mix it up for whatever they feel is necessary. So I don't know how they plan to go out for this upcoming one, but I think we can both say that they have to be getting prepared for Lewandowski and Yamal.
Of course. But, again, we go back. We've talked about this before. I think you probably know where I stand along the lines of whether it's more valuable for a club and a side to have a true identity they stick with and plan for to be, and they put the focus on themselves more so what they want to do, rather than looking at the opposition and change consistently or constantly changing to adapt to what they're doing. I mean, there always is that you do have to take account for. I mean, especially again, if you're talking about a Barcelona with the Lewandowski, and they're very much a attacking side. So if you are more so to defend, and you're going to be looking at that, but I think it'd be more so, and you mentioned it, their inconsistency, Napoli, as far as do well defensively, give up some goals. Maybe they overthink it in a sense. I don't know if that's possible for them to have done so, but maybe they do have to keep in mind though that Barcelona will be at a strong attacking side.
Yeah, and also, we mentioned it's leg one, it's in Napoli, home field advantage. That's going to be a huge difference maker, and we know both teams are motivated to move on, and so this is going to set the pace for the rest of their tournaments and leg two for sure. So I'm super excited for it, and I think Joe, if you're ready, I think I'm ready to make my prediction at least. And I tell you what, I'll even go first on this one.
Okay, fair enough.
Okay. So I think it's safe to say if Barcelona is getting on the board, which I expect they will, I think that they'll at least come out and get one. But if they do get on the board, I think it's safe to say it's either going to be Lewandowski or Yamal.
Okay.
And I think it's going to be a close game, as the percentage predictions indicate. So it's a tough one. And as much as I hate to predict draws, I think I'm going to predict a draw here. And it's not going to be a 0-0. I don't see that. I think there's some goals in this game. And so because it's at Napoli, because they're hot right now, like I said, they go hot, cold, but they've shown that they're capable of playing with the best. So I got to go a 2-2 draw on this one, Joe.
I can see that again. That lends itself to the numbers. I was going to go that myself, but I was even going to get a great opportunity to drop the line here. One of my favorites. The numbers don't lie. They certainly don't tell the whole truth. In a sense that if you look at these numbers and the probability, I couldn't say, hey, it's not going to be a draw. But you have Barcelona, who now in a knockout round of the Champions League is going to get an opportunity to, I think, face the lesser side. Yes, they're away. I think, could you say Barca will be okay with the draw? I just don't see them do it. I know. And you're just giving props. Lewandowski goes to Napoli and gets a goal to win this 2-1. Barcelona in this upcoming fixture.
That's a fair prediction, and that would be an exciting match. You have Lewandowski coming up with 1 or 2 goals with that.
Yeah, I kind of started over the 1 or the 2. No, Jeff, 1 for sure, and then another goal coming from out of nowhere, maybe from a set piece or this or that to give them the win. That'd be exciting, right? It's 1-1 late into the game, something maybe from a corner. Then Barcelona's able to finish it and put it away and win late and just break the hearts of Napoli in this game.
Yeah, no, that would be huge, of course, for them. Going into the second leg at Barcelona. Yeah, that for Barcelona fans, you can't get better than starting out like that. 2-1 at Napoli. Wow. Yeah, I could definitely see it. I think either way, we're both kind of predicting this is going to be a close match and it's going to be an exciting match. So that's one positive takeaway for this.
For sure, Jeff. Looking forward to it. I'm glad you brought this in as our match of the week preview. Looking forward to it.
Yeah. Well, thank you everyone for tuning in, and until next time. Thank you everyone for tuning in. If you like what we bring you here at the Pitch Pod, please do us a favor, hit that like and that subscribe. Don't forget, we're available on Apple Podcasts as well as Spotify. Thank you everyone, and keep pitching out there.
In a game, the round ball, round posts, anything can happen.